What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be going over a topic that I have not seen on YouTube anywhere because I think people are just scared to talk about this, or people just don't understand how this works. But I'm going to be going over 5 or 6 projects that I think are going to be listed next on Binance. If this video does well, I'm going to be making the same type of video but for Coinbase. So in this video, we're going to be going over the types of Binance listings. We're going to be going over why this is important for a project. We're going to go over what's needed for these projects to be able to get listed on Binance. And also I'm going to go over the projects that are going to happen. So what I think is going to most likely happen. And then we're going to go over some projects that are probably going to happen. This is not financial advice. I have no insider info. And so I don't get sued or go to jail or anything. This is pure speculation based off of what I think, all opinion. So the two types of Binance listings that exist are a spot listing and a perpetual listing, right? So a spot listing is basically when a token is just listed and you can just trade it one for one. And let's per se I go on Act here, which is a project that was recently listed and it completely blew up. We're actually going to be going over this just so I can give you guys an example and show you what a Binance listing does to a project. I think you guys can see this God candle here. So a spot listing basically enables you to be able to buy a token on Binance one for one. So you buy $1 worth of Act, you are getting $1 worth of Act. So that's what a spot listing is. And a perpetual listing is basically where you are able to buy a token and you're able to long or short the token. You are able to speculate and you're basically able to trade this token as a future. Why this is important for a project? We're going to go over many different reasons. One, Binance is the biggest exchange in the world, right? So when you're the biggest exchange in the world, you obviously have the most retail volume in the world, right? Binance has by far the most retail volume out of any major exchange, and it gives a project guaranteed success. I'm just going to type it in like this. It gives the project guaranteed success. And what I mean by that is I don't mean that the token is going to 1 trillion X right away. I don't mean that the token is going to instantly be the greatest thing that ever happened. But what I mean is that once it's on Binance, it is considered safe, right? So it is basically a project that has made it in terms of what we're talking about in terms of projects that are out there, right? So when a project makes it on Binance, you basically made it. That's like the end Thanos stone that you would need for your project, right? So we see a lot of projects getting on Binance and they never dip below a certain range. And that's because Binance owns a ton of the tokens in the supply, so they can be able to issue the token to people when they're buying and selling the token. And when it's on Binance, it basically makes people feel safe when they're holding the token, right? Just as I said, Binance now owns a large supply of the token and people feel safe holding the token. And when people feel safe holding the token, they actually hold it. So they're less likely to actually trade it or to dump it. And I'm going to be going over what's needed for this to all be able to happen. And then we're obviously going to get into the types of projects, or we're actually going to just go over like 5 or 6 projects that I think this is going to happen to next. But institutions actually start buying into these tokens. Larger whales, VCs, start buying into these tokens once they see it's on Binance because they feel safe and they see that the token has made it, and it basically gives the project that validity once it's on Binance. Obviously, for a project to be able to go on Binance, it needs to go through tons of checks and balances and clearances and all this garbage to be able to make sure that the token is safe. So when it goes on the exchange, it doesn't get dumped by a bunch of insiders that created the token, right? And we're going to be going over what's needed for this to happen. So I'm just telling you guys all these things so you really understand the thesis behind what I'm saying. And I'm going to be explaining why I think certain tokens are going to be able to make it on Binance. And if you just follow what I'm saying here, we're going to be able to look back 6 months from now and see if I was right. And I am very confident that I'm right on what I'm saying here. So just stick along with me, right? So what's needed is virality factor, right? Virality factor, what that means is it just needs to be fucking popular. It needs to be famous. And when it's popular and when it's famous, it is marketable, right? So that's another thing. The project needs to be marketable. We see projects like Peanut. I'm just going to go on Peanut here. Peanut is a very marketable token because everyone likes the squirrel. Everyone likes Peanut. Everyone understands the story. It's a very viral story. So it's very marketable, as we all know. And it has that virality factor. Everyone was talking about it. Elon Musk was continuously tweeting about it. And it has that virality factor. Another thing that we need is strong retail interest. Obviously, this all ties in together. Virality factor, marketable, strong retail interest. This all aligns with each other. Another thing that's needed is low team supply, right? So if the team has supply, if Binance sees that the team has a ton of supply, they're just not going to list it. Because what's going to happen is the team is going to list it, or Binance is going to list it, and the team is just going to instantly dump their tokens. They see this as an exit opportunity, as an exit liquidity opportunity to basically be able to get rich forever. Now, the teams that are being listed on Binance, or the projects that are being listed on Binance, yes, these teams are making a lot of money. There's obviously a way to do this correctly to where the project is sustainable. Now, the next thing that needs to be done is good holder distribution. Now, why there needs to be good holder distribution? Well, for obvious reasons. Just as I said, low team supply, good holder distribution. We don't want the token dumping. We obviously want the holder count to be spread out. We want the supply to be in many different people's hands, not just a group of 10 different people's hands. Because what's going to happen? Well, the obvious. It's just going to tank as soon as it gets listed. So these things are things that are needed when a token is being listed. And this is for the safety of the retail people that are on Binance. Binance doesn't want people buying into tokens and losing a ton of money, because then people are just not going to want to use Binance. Binance has to protect their users for obvious reasons. They want people to continuously use their platform so they can make money on the fees, so they can run ads on Binance, and so Binance can grow bigger as a brand. It's just common sense. And the next thing that needs to be, or the next factor that's needed, and this is not for all tokens, this is only for some tokens. So a lot of the tokens that I'm going to be talking about today, this is not needed for them, but a connected team always helps. A connected team can actually get you in contact with Binance a lot faster. So you see a lot of these Chinese whales, or you see the Chinese cabal, as a lot of people say, or these really rich Chinese people making these tokens with their friends and caballing it, or whatever you want to call it. These guys have the contact to Binance. These guys know Binance directly. They know the Binance team. They know the listing team. They're able to get their token listed really quick. We saw that with Bohm. If you guys don't know what Bohm is a project that was listed on Binance earlier this year. And as soon as it launched, like, if I'm not wrong, very quickly after, it was listed on Binance. So that was because they had a very well connected team. And none of that is a coincidence. Now, what I mean by connected team, well, there's some conspiracy theories that Binance creates their own meme coins, and they have a huge insider network where they create these meme coins, these really great brands, and they just list them on Binance, and they make them an instant success. Some people say that was done with Pepe. Some people say that was done with Nero. Some people have all these different conspiracy theories, which I won't say are true or not true because I want to stay alive. But a lot of people say that obviously you need a connected team. And I've seen this time and time again. I've been in this space for quite a while. I've seen all this happen. So now we're going to be getting into these tokens. I know you guys have been waiting for this. I'm sorry for making you guys wait, but you guys just need to understand these things before I get into this. Now I'm going to be going over what has to happen. These are tokens that just have to get listed on Binance, or else it's just wrong. These tokens have to be listed on Binance. And the first one is the obvious Chill Guy. Chill Guy is probably one of the most viral tokens we've ever seen come out in this space, and it has a crazy holder distribution, 140,000 holders. It has a great chart. Holder distribution is amazing. Volume has been insane. Virality factor has been insane. It's been listed on almost all the different exchanges super quickly. This token literally launched like 13 days ago, and it's taken the entire crypto space by storm. So in my opinion, it's going to happen relatively quick. I don't think it's a much longer until Chill Guy gets listed on Binance. I think Binance is probably just doing their due diligence, or maybe they're trying to buy up some tokens, whatever it is. Maybe they already have a bunch of tokens. Who knows? I'm not the Binance team, so I can't confirm. The next one is GOAT, right? Godius Maximus. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of this. It is the leader of AI tokens, of AI agent tokens. And right now, this trend is just completely popping off. I don't know why this is not loading. So today, obviously, GOAT has had a great recovery. I think we could see the past 24 hours, it's about 20%. GOAT is just an obvious. Without GOAT being listed, if GOAT is not listed, then there's something wrong. Right now we see GOAT's competitor Act is literally listed on Binance. It is also an AI agent token. If GOAT is not listed on Binance and Act is, there is something completely wrong. If they don't list GOAT, that's because they believe that the holder distribution is in the hands of a team, or is in the hands of some certain whales that they don't like. That's the only reason why I see why Binance would not list GOAT. But GOAT has just got to be listed on Binance. And honestly, I think that GOAT can be listed as a perp and as a spot listing, which would be great. It would probably just like completely send this thing maybe like 2x from where it is currently now if it were to be listed on Binance. And that's what being listed on Binance does. It literally sends your project to the moon. And it doesn't happen to all of them, but we've seen that happen quite a bit. The next one is Moodang. A lot of you guys know what Moodang is, the fucking hippo that took the internet by storm. Now there's one on Ethereum and there's one on Solana. I don't know which one is going to be listed. I don't know which one Binance wants to list. That's completely up to them. But in my opinion, Moodang has just got to be listed soon. Moodang is obviously one of the most viral tokens we've ever seen. Holder distribution is great. Volume has continuously been great. Obviously, as we've seen, the Moodang hype has slowed down after, a million different tokens have launched since then. This token's been out for like 2.5 months now, and it's still holding up super, super well. It hasn't broke all-time highs, but like it's literally hit near 700 million at one point, which is actually insane. So now we're gonna go over to what's probably going to happen. Now these are ones that I'm just speculating on. Again, you guys can take a look at this video back in 6 months and see if I was right. I'll look like a genius if I'm right. But we're gonna be looking at FWOG. My only thing with FWOG is that the holder distribution is in the hands of a bunch of whales. I actually know a bunch of whales that are in FWOG. FWOG is a great one. FWOG has great holder distribution. FWOG has great relevancy. FWOG has a great everything, a great branding, whatever you want to call it. It's been out for 3 months and 30 days, about 4 months now, and it's just performed so well. Out of I don't know how many tokens have launched since FWOG came out, but it was one of the first pump fund tokens to cross that 500 million mark, which is great to see. But my only thing with FWOG is that, again, it's in the hands of a lot of different whale holders. I don't know how Binance feels about that. There's probably like 100 something million, 200 something million dollars in the hands of different whales that are not on the Binance team or that are not Binance insiders. So that's the only downside that I see here. Other than that, it's great. It's a frog. Obviously, Binance loves frogs. So that's my thesis on FWOG. The next thing that we have here is Zerobro. Let's see. Zerobro, same thing. It's in the hands of a lot of whales that I know. So that's the only downside on why Binance would not list it. But Zerobro has taken the internet by storm, doing these crazy tweets, doing these crazy music, doing these crazy songs. You guys can literally look into Zerobro more if you want. But this is another one of these tokens that has only been out for a month that has completely crushed it, gone over a $600 million market cap, crazy volume every single day, great mind share on the market. Everyone talks about it on Twitter every single day. It's viral on Twitter. So these are another one of these tokens that I think could potentially be listed. The next one, and this is the final one that I'm going to be talking about because I don't want to speculate too hard here. Binance can honestly just grab a $10 million token and just moon that shit and list it on their platform if they wanted to. But the next one that I'm going to go over is Fartcoin. Fartcoin has performed super well. I think it's like a $350 million market cap. Fartcoin, I actually don't know too much about Fartcoin. It's just honestly creeped up on a lot of different people. It's only been out for like a month and a week. This has creeped up on a lot of people, and I honestly just believe because they had a great market maker. They have some great holder distribution as well. Actually, a lot lower of a holder count, the lowest holder count of any of these tokens that I've mentioned, but they've had great volume. They've had, honestly, like not a lot of mind share in the market, but there's a lot of whales in this one. A lot of guys from Dubai, from Europe that I know that are in this, and it's just performed super well. So we'll have to see how Binance feels about this one, but if there's any tokens that have a chance to really make it, it's first of all these three, which I believe are going to stay in this market for the next years and years to come, and then these are probably the second tier of tokens that are going to have a great chance after these. So if any of these tokens are going to be listed first, it's definitely going to be these three, and then after that it's going to be these three. And there's so many tokens that launch every single day. Literally next week now, there could be a token that launches and it instantly goes to $1 billion market cap. I don't know. This market is just constantly changing. And I honestly, too, only went over Solana tokens. I didn't go over Base tokens. I didn't go over Ethereum tokens or Binance Smart Chain or Ordinals tokens. I literally just went over Solana tokens. And that's what Binance has been loving recently. So that's why I'm talking about them, because obviously Solana has the most volume. Solana has the most virality factor. Solana has the most marketable and strong retail interest factors. So that's why I'm going over these. So we'll come back to this video in a week, 2 weeks from now. I'll probably make an update video and we'll just see what happens. And if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave some feedback. I'm going to make a video if this has some interest. I'm going to make a video on the next projects to be listed on Coinbase. And I think it'll be pretty interesting to you guys if you hear what I have to say on these Coinbase tokens. But yeah, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.